Everyone, Arthur Fantastic, part two of my review of Apollo Creed here on my second channel, Arthur Fantastic. If you didn't see part number one, then you're gonna want to go back because I'm building on what I said there, and if you just listen from here, it really won't make sense. But going back to the story, I kind of ended on the music. I mean, listen to the soundtrack yourself. It has some nice songs in there, but it just did not have a cohesive through line. It wasn't building up. There wasn't it. I didn't draw the emotion from me. It just seemed like a lot of fucking rapping. And not that I'm against rap. I love hip hop. There's a difference between having a song like Victory with Biggie Smalls that like actually samples music from the Rocky movies, which is a fucking banger from if you have not heard that song, then you're missing out. But you got music like that. You've got obviously all types of a selection of music that is in that genre and in that vein and could be leveraged to this movie, and it just felt like they dropped the ball. But going back to the story, I mean, here, any comments on the music? It just seemed bland to me. It just seemed like phoned in. It didn't seem like they made it a project. It seemed like it was rushed. It seemed rushed. Like at the end of the movie, the coach from the Duke, Jim, tries to give a like the in the corner pep talk to Adonis, and it fucking falls absolutely flat. The music doesn't fucking do anything for it, and you're like, is this the best acting you can do? I remember you from Remember the Titans. You did fucking amazing work in this movie. I'm like, I don't even believe you as an actor. I believed it when you didn't fucking like these people and you didn't like this guy and you didn't like that. But I don't believe you that you want you want to him to be fired up for this fight. So the fight um that he wants is to Dame, the friend, is going back to the story here. He wants to fight the champion. Um, there's a little bit of scuffle in the practice. There's an event. Drago is the guy that's meant the Ivan Drago's son. Um, Not Ivan Drago. Is it Ivan Drago? Yeah, Ivan Drago. His son, uh, Drago also. He's supposed to fight Felix, but for all of a sudden, it just and it seems like everything's happening so fucking fast at some points where you're like trying to keep up, and you're like, what the fuck? Somebody just out of nowhere, there's like a fight. Somebody pulls out a fucking baton. It hits Drago right in the hand, breaks that shit, fractures it. Next scene is they're trying to do damage control. Adonis is answering the phone. The news is covering it. Adonis is all fucking stressed out. And the next thing we know, they are talking about who could fight for Felix. Felix needs money. He needs a payday. We can't wait 6 months for Drago to get his hand fixed, right? So everybody is out on just had a fight, can't fight. So who does Adonis suggest? Dame, his friend. And that's a good thing to do. That's what a friend does. That's what a good friend would do. He asked him to do it. He came through. All right, everything so far fucking amazing, right? We're we have another Rocky story. We have another Rocky story. So they go train. The fight comes. The fight happens. Uh, and Felix is doing pretty good. He's like piecing him up, but Dame decides to start targeting that guy's arm. He starts punching that guy in the shoulder. He's punching him in the arm, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm outraged. This is like it's cheating or something." Okay, I'll take this moment if I'm taking the time to edit this for the new channel, which I may because this is the first two videos. I'll insert a clip of Canelo Alvarez doing this on purpose, leaving the guy's arm looking like he got synthol in that motherfucker, like he got fucking inflated that motherfucker, and he couldn't fight. He looked like fucking Popeye. It was fucking kind of disgusting. Once you see it, if it's here.
Sidhu Sewala, Bohemia, Round Boys in the building. Shout out Big Bird. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. I'm a brown boy. Ohi desh madhula hai, ohi asubani wo change kita fame ne. Sometiga churani bate case kuch jadi bate rozi kubani bate news vich name ne. O me piche hooter dimag computer jat variya ne shooter te allada ne thief ne. Hoya change thalle ohi kali range vich ohi se yaar saath ohi se thief ne. Time hoya change thalle ohi kali range vich ohi se yaar saath ohi se thief ne. Saath ohi se thief ne. Saath ohi se thief ne. O me kuli moda Toronto se mo hutta baaki sab khutta ni baasi ਇੱਥੇ ਫੀਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਜਨੇ ਨਾ ਤੂੰ ਵਰਦੇ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਾਂ ਲੰਦੂ ਗਲ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਜੈਨਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਰੀਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਵੇਂ ਵੀ ਪਾ ਲੜਦੇ ਆ ਐਂਟੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਚੜਦੇ ਆ ਕਰਦੇ ਜਾਂ ਮਰਦੇ ਆ ਉਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਲੀਫ ਨੇ ਹੋਇਆ ਚੇਂਜ ਥੱਲੇ ਉਹੀ ਕਾਲੀ ਰੇਂਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹੀ ਸੇ ਯਾਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਉਹੀ ਸੇ ਬੀਫ ਨੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੋਇਆ ਚੇਂਜ ਥੱਲੇ ਉਹੀ ਕਾਲੀ ਰੇਂਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹੀ ਸੇ ਯਾਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਉਹੀ ਸੇ ਬੀਫ ਨੇ come believe
Seeing that, it's pretty gross. But it's a legitimate tactic done by actual fighters at the very top level of the sport, right? And that's not fucking cheating. And we're seeing that, and they're like, "Oh, it's cheating. Oh, he's cheating." And there's a little bit of wrestling involved, which that's what that is, guys. When people start grappling and that's wrestling. And if we go back to more bare knuckle boxing and wrestling of the early 1800s and later, when we were the rules of Brompton, I believe it was, there was wrestling involved, and so much so that into the time of like Jack Dempsey and Jack Johnson, they are training with wrestlers because there used to be more wrestling in clinching in wrestling. But you know, needless to say, we see Dame use a little thigh to thigh action. It's a little bit of a, you know, dirty move, as in it's like you shouldn't be hitting people with your leg, but moving your legs, moving your opponent, really nothing wrong, just fucking technical shit. Okay, still not seeing anything wrong. At some point he throws a hook and it kind of looks really intentional that he hit him with an elbow. But listen, guys, I don't know if you've ever been in a fucking competition, you fucking go out there to fucking win. And if you don't, then you're cheating yourself. And they say that if you ain't trying to cheat, you ain't trying to win, you ain't doing it right. And I believe that might be the famous words of Uncle Chael. If you listen to this, Uncle Chael, for some reason, correct me if I'm wrong. But this guy, it also might have been Jason Mayhem Miller who said that as well. But needless to say, he throws the hook. It comes in a little bit on the elbow. It kind of slices right here. They slow it down. It's really dramatic. Everybody's always going like this. Just so that you know that you also need to be signaled that I have to be outraged. Outraged at what? That he's fucking tearing up this guy's arm and is going to fucking win this fight. It's like, it seems like they're mad that Dame is doing well in the fight. It's like, what the fuck snakery is this? Like, you're literally setting him up to lose? Like, are you trying to make him take a dive? Like, I don't understand. At that point, I'm like, something went wrong with the writing. Next thing we know, Dame knocks the dude out, and then he's out on the ground, and everybody's like, "Oh, he knocked him out in a boxing match. How could he fucking knock him out in a boxing match? Why didn't he kiss him on the lips?" What the fuck why is everybody outraged that he fucking punched him in the fucking face and knocked him out in a goddamn boxing match? Am I fucking missing something? And that's when the movie goes off the rails. Next thing, we see Adonis looking at his friend Dame. He's like, and Adonis, like Dame had just won the fucking championship. He's happy. He's like, and during the fight, by the way, Adonis is coaching the other guy. He's coaching the other guy. So this doesn't make any sense to me. Now, as the night goes on, he goes to his mom's, and then his mom actually has all the letters hidden from him, from Dame when he was in jail. And she's like, I was trying to protect you. But if she had just given him the letters, then he would have known that the guy who broke the hand of Drago was his friend from jail. Okay. And once again, if you ain't trying to fucking cheat, you ain't fucking trying to win. He took that fucking decision out of his friend's hand in good conscience so that he didn't have to fucking try to figure out a way to put him in there. He's going to give it to him, and all he has to do is make the right decision. And that's what he did as a good friend. All right, I see that as Machiavellian. Oh, is it bad because they played mean music over our guy Dame? Oh, they played mean music over him, villainous music. That means that him being Machiavellian's bad. But when Adonis is Machiavellian, or that's all right. You know what I mean? When he's crawling over people to fucking win. Oh well, he told somebody to break somebody's hand. He's crossing the line. What fucking line did he cross? He just got out of fucking jail, and he has prison for 15 years. Like, desperate fucking times, desperate fucking measures. He didn't fucking fuck anybody over he knew. He, at this point, right? No one's fucked over at this time. But Adonis is hurt because his feelings. Because, you've been playing me this entire time? Why has he been playing you this entire time? Because he punched this guy in the arm and won? And he had a chip on his shoulder because he fucking left jail? Prison? Maybe there's some deleted scene explaining what it's in the fucking letters or something like that, but I don't know. But then, fucking Adonis publicly confronts in front of his friends after winning the championship about all the shit that's happening. That's not how you fucking do it. What was Dame to do at that time? Be a little bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I did what I had to do to get the shot and you gave it to me. I didn't fucking fuck you over. I won. You wanted me to lose? What the fuck kind of friend are you? What is going on right now? I went down. I was in jail, spent half my life in prison, and you didn't. You ran away, right? And we're like, ran away? What are we fucking talking about? We don't even know what the fuck he's talking about at this point. Punches him in the face. Then he goes back. By the way, in the previous scene, he yelled at his mom, oh, this would never happen if you didn't tell me, which is true. And then she says some fucking guilt trip fucking bullshit. She fucking took that relationship away from him from a time and a person he was very close with in a time that he was very vulnerable. That was a fucked up thing to do. But, of course, we'll see in a moment that after all this is happening, first off, the wife here. We'll take the moment to talk about the wife. The wife has been unsupportive. She's always talking about wanting to communicate. She's always talking about emotional intelligence and communication. I don't know if she says the word emotional intelligence, but I imagine that's the word she would say. We need to communicate. We need to be, you know what I mean, together. She never fucking listens one time, and she never fucking thinks about it one time. His mom dies. Okay. He says, I don't want to talk about it. Why? Because you're not listening. I want to teach my daughter how to fucking fight, and you don't want to teach me. She undermines him at every fucking chance. They make fun of him. It's always the man that's the butt of the joke. It's never letting the man have the fucking dominance in the room. It's always him being put down in the room, despite him being fucking world champion. Okay, and that is the toxic culture that we have, where we just treat men like shit, and the more powerful they are, we have to knock them down a peg. Why not just fucking respect them? Why not listen to their husband? Why would you not also be mad that this girl is going up to your daughter and ripping up a fucking painting that she's making? And I would want my daughter to punch that kid in the face too. That's an event in the movie, and she undermines him every step of the way, and whatever. You might call it play politics. I might give you that scene, but it's just an overall trend where she just constantly undermines him. His mother fucking dies because of the stress of that night. Obviously, she's got to make it about herself. Ultimately, she's got to make it about herself. He can never be allowed a moment to think about it himself and and like let that sink in. It's like, oh, and then it's like she talks to him, but ends up she's talking to Apollo because it's all about fucking her. It's always about her. It's every time there's another person on screen, it's always about them. It's never about Creed. It's never about Rocky. It became less and less about Rocky when Rocky was around. And so, and not so much so that he's not even fucking around anymore. And so we have this music walking around in the funeral. We're trying to hit you with those emotional memories that you might have in time. And he apologizes to her at his mother's funeral, and she's like, when I gave up singing, that really hurt me. And I'm like, okay, the guy's mother just died, and he gave up fighting, and you're gonna talk about what you're feeling? Like, it's always about you, bitch. What the fuck? Am I going crazy? But does Adonis never get a fucking break? All right, we're getting to the point where we're getting to the limit of 15 minutes here on number 2. We'll probably conclude this up in the next video, which may not go to 15 minutes, or may, because I just end up talking so goddamn long. Just some final thoughts on the wife as we close here. Cunt. See you in part 3.